Hello there, this is Christy Lewis at the Lakeport branch of the Lake County Library, and today I'm here with a very big haul of middle grade fiction and young adult contemporary. First, let's start with Stink and the Hairy Spider. This is by Megan McDonald and it's illustrated by Peter Reynolds. This is the writing illustrating duo that gave us Judy Moody. Stink is Judy's brother. This is about Stink dealing with his fear of spiders. He has arachnophobia. I mean, anybody who's being chased by a spider like that, no wonder, right? But there's also a really cute spider here in the inside flap. When a hairy backyard emergency arises, Stink is forced to face his fear and 8 beady eyes head on. Will he manage to tame the heebie-jeebies, or will he remain stuck in his web of tarantulan terror? Yikes. I would be very afraid as well. You can do it, Stink. Stink is available for free on ebook through the library website, and it was published in 2020 by Candlewick Press. Next, we have a full color edition of Captain Underpants and the revolting revenge of the radioactive robo-boxers. This is the 10th epic novel by Dave Pilkey, who is a Caldecott Honor Medalist. Now, I've never read any of these, but this actually looks pretty fun. This particular volume is about George and Harold, who have been turned into evil zombie nerds, doomed to roam a devastated apocalyptic landscape for all eternity. Unfortunately, they can't count on Captain Underpants to come save them because their evil nemesis, this guy, Tippy Tinkle Trousers, has been time traveling and he has made a timeline where Captain Underpants does not exist. Harold and George are gonna have to fend for themselves in this one. They're gonna try and make it so that Captain Underpants was born. They're gonna try and change history. So time traveling, dinosaurs. It just looks fun, to be honest. It just looks very fun. And there are lots of illustrations that are very nice. They look very humorous, full color. I'm pretty impressed by this. This is also available for free on ebook through the library catalog, so you can go ahead and order it down below in physical or in ebook form. Next, we have Cleo Porter and the Body Electric. This is written by Burt, who is a 5th grade teacher in Connecticut. He's written several other lauded middle grade books. This particular book is about 12-year-old Cleo and her parents who are locked away in safety from a disease that nearly wiped out all of the human race. So they're safe from everything, but the trade-off, of course, is that they're alone all the time. So when they receive a package that's clearly meant for somebody else, which is a substance that's critical to the stranger's survival, Cleo feels conflicted. She's a surgeon in training. She doesn't want somebody to die just because she was afraid to go out of her house and bring them help. So she's gonna leave her house for the first time ever. The praise on the back mentions that there are nefarious drones, hovering skulls, and another, which both of these quotes are from best-selling authors, Alan Grant and Gordon Corman. The other quote says that Cleo Porter is extremely compassionate, one of the best narrators that he's read in a while, and readers will flat out go nuts for her. So it sounds like a pretty sympathetic and fun protagonist. So if you want to order it, just click down below to the library website. This is a Fuel and Friends book published in 2020. This time we have The Last Kids on Earth and The Skeleton Road by Max Brallier, illustrated by Douglas Holgate. This is part of a New York Times bestselling series and also an original Netflix series. So I don't know, I've never heard of this one, but there are several other books in the series, and as I was reading the summary of it sounds like it starts in the middle of an adventure that's already happening, so probably go ahead and pick the first book up instead of this one if you want to start the series. It's just called The Last Kids on Earth, but this particular book takes the kids on a road trip. So it's a road trip novel with kids and monsters. In the praise for this series, the word fun is used a lot. Fun, a gross out good time, terrifyingly fun, classic action-packed monster fighting fun, snarky end of the world fun, lots of fun. And apparently it has surprisingly good character development, according to the School Library Journal, which gave it a starred review, as did Kirkus Reviews and Publishers Weekly. So this might be a good series to get started on if you're interested. What I want to show you is this illustration in the back. Like, that looks like some kind of monster, man. Like a dinosaur or something. Pretty sweet. And there's bones and stuff. This sounds a little bit more grown up than some of the other books we've been looking at, Captain Underpants and stuff like this, so probably slightly older than some of the earlier books we talked about. The author, Max Brallier, is a New York Times and USA best-selling author of more than 30 books for children and adults, including Can You Survive the Zombie Apocalypse? And it is available for free on ebook and audiobook through the Lake County Library. It's linked down below if you want to order it, and it is available for free on ebook and audiobook. Next, we have Dogman, Grime and Punishment by Dave Pilkey. I don't have too much to say about this one because it's one installment of a series, and this doesn't really have like a back cover copy to tell us what it's about. You just are supposed to go read the series. It's gotten lots of starred reviews, as you can see. In this particular installment, apparently there is question over whether a cat-headed man would be the perfect replacement for Dogman. So, yikes. I mean, you can't replace the title character, can you? But I love the play on Crime and Punishment here. Crime and Punishment is my favorite book. That's awesome. And it looks like they're high-fiving, so I think they're getting along. Yay, friends. Dogman, Grime and Punishment was published by Graphics in 2020. Next, we have The Ickabog by J.K. Rowling. Okay, if you don't know who J.K. Rowling is, it's the author of Harry Potter. Probably like the best-selling children's series in the world, I would guess. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this, because it looks really interesting. It looks like more of a classic fantasy than the Harry Potter books, meaning it's not set in a subset of our world. It sounds like it's set in a secondary fantasy world. So it starts with, once upon a time, there was a tiny kingdom called Cornucopia, as rich in happiness as it was in gold, and famous for its food. If you've read the Harry Potter series, you know that she writes food really well. It just makes you want to eat them all. Like, I want to get some pumpkin pasties, please, some butterbeer. I wish it came with recipes. Hey, there's color illustrations. I didn't even check that. And it looks like they may have been drawn by kids. There's like a kid's name and date in there. This is about two children. They may be brother and sister. No, best friends, excuse me. Burt and Daisy. And they are embarking on an adventure to find out the truth of the Ickabog, which is the monster that haunts this otherwise perfect kingdom. Some say it's just a myth, but I think it's dangerous enough that they're gonna go and find out. This cover is really cute. Look, like there's a bag of gold, there's some of that delicious food, there's a sword, like in the ground, and like an axe, there's torches. This sounds fun, and it's good quality. It's a pretty heavy, thick book, so that'll keep your kids reading for a bit. Oh, and it was published in 2020 by Scholastic Inc., and it is available for free as an ebook through the library catalog. We have Before the Ever After by Jacqueline Woodson. This is the author of the very famous memoir Brown Girl Dreamin', which I believe, like this book, is also in verse. I knew that there were novels in verse for teenagers, but I didn't really know that there were novels in verse for kids. And what that means is it's just very poetic prose. It's not like really hard to read poetry. She's won all kinds of awards. I'm not going to try listing them to you because they're like 2 inches long. This is a book about ZJ, whose father has been a hero as long as he can remember. I believe his father was in the NFL. I'm guessing that's how he's a hero. It's got a picture of him as being a hero. But Zeiji's father is having trouble remembering things lately, and they're wondering if it's because of all the concussions that he got as a football player. So Zeiji is worried that his friends are going to stop coming around after his dad forgets something, I'm assuming, and embarrasses him. This is about friendship and being a hero and a relationship between a father and a son, and the praise says that it's very moving and lyrical and the characters are very convincing. Before the Ever After is available as an ebook and as an audiobook, and it was published in 2020 by Nancy Paulson Books. So I hope that some of these middle grade books sounded good to you. These books are mostly for preteens, so grade school. Alright, let's start off with As Many As I Can Get by Shana Youngdahl, and Shana is a writing teacher at the University of Maine, and she has directed the Longfellow Writers Workshop. This particular book sounds kind of like a young adult romance, but not a fluffy romance. I think it's kind of a substantive one, perhaps kind of a literary one. It deals with some themes that are beyond just romance. It's kind of an older young adult story from what I can gather. I don't recommend reading the quotes on the back if you pick this up because they seem a little spoilery spoilery to me personally about the teenagers who are involved in this romance. We have Scarlett and David. They've known each other all their lives. They live in Colorado, and they are overachievers. They're ready to go off to college, and this is the summer before they leave for college, and apparently they make some questionable decisions during their firecracker romance, which is kind of like par for the course for teenagers, but you know, I don't recommend it. Yeah, if you want to check this one out, you do have it for free on ebook through the library catalog, and this was published in 2020, so it's very, very new by Dial Books. So go ahead and order it down below if you're looking for a new YA contemporary. Next, we have Again by E. Lockhart. E. Lockhart is a big name in young adult fiction. She is author of We Were Liars and Genuine Fraud. Sounds like this is another book about a liar. However, it's a romantic comedy. This one is about Adelaide Bushwald. She's catapulted into a summer of wild possibility, falling in love over and over again, and it's just a problem. She loves people, and love causes problems between her and people. That's a very general way of putting it, but that's all I'm getting from this one. It's a YA contemporary. What more do you need? It's obviously very character driven, so if you've read E. Lockhart before, or you're just looking for a contemporary driven young adult romantic comedy, then you know what? This one might be the one for you. This one was published in 2020 by Delacorte Press, and it is available as an ebook and as an audiobook through the library catalog. Next, we have This Boy by Lauren Myracle. This one is another young adult contemporary. This boy deals with some heavier topics, it looks like, than Again and Again. Also, it does deal with self-discovery and identity, which is what Again and Again is largely about. I think Again and Again is also probably later than... Oh, it's As Many Nows as I Can Get. Oops, I missaid the name before. It's As Many Nows as I Can Get, not As Many as I Can Get. This boy, the author Lauren Myracle, is the author of numerous best-selling novels for young adults. She wrote the internet series TTYL, Later, Greater, and also a Catwoman book. She wrote Let It Snow with John Green and Maureen Johnson, so she's been around for a while. This particular book is about Paul Walden. He considers himself a beta lobster, not an alpha lobster. He doesn't intimidate the other male lobsters or bed all the lady lobsters or win at life all the time. He's cool with being a beta lobster, maybe downing some pills and smoking some weed. He just wants to fly under the radar, maybe catch the attention of one girl in particular, Natalia Gutierrez. That is really the only girl that he cares about. She's smart, she's beautiful. If he can get her, then he'll be happy. So it's about him navigating friendship, love, loss, and addiction. Life at its most ordinary and most unforgettable. That sounds intriguing to me. I am kind of intrigued by this book. Also, I love the cover. Look, he's got the chain and the earring, the bling. It's funny. Yeah, this is intriguing. And it's got some praise by some other authors, Matt De La Pena, Ellen Hopkins, Chris Crutcher, and Andrew Smith, who wrote The Grasshopper Jungle. Sounds intriguing to me. And that is the last one. If you want to check any of them out, go ahead and order them down below. I will have the website linked, and there is a video that will teach you how to use ebooks and audiobooks as well. Linked right up here somewhere. Alrighty guys, let us know how we're doing down below in the comments if you're going to pick up any of these books. We'd love any feedback. And I hope your new year is going well. Until next time, take care.